What's up, guys? This is Doctor, and welcome to another episode of the FPL Fantasy. The duo is back, the band is back together after two videos solo, one for Joe, one for myself. We're back together for Game Week 35. Joe, how are you?
I'm here. I'm here. I'm playing FPL. That's about it. Every 90-10 decision is going in the 10%, so it's great. Loving the game. Let's get into it.
Well, you're getting some jam this game week, like good jam, because Harry Kane is coming off the bench for you for KDB, and captaincy moves to Haaland after you decide to captain KDB against my advice.
Yeah, yeah. But like, he was guaranteed to play. Then the guy that wasn't guaranteed to play in the double game week actually gets one full game. KDB was the best player on the team at the time. He would have gotten way more points than Harry Kane's. None of it makes sense. Like I said, 90-10 decisions. Stupid.
Well, let's get into game week 35 now. As usual, we're going to go through transfers, captaincy, and then our team reveals. And let's start with transfers. Joe, what do you think?
I think if you don't have Trent, bring Trent in. He looks good. I really don't think at this time there's a third Man City player to bring in as far as midfield. I think you should have Stones in defense and Holland up front. The Brighton team is actually pretty interesting. I think if you wanted to bring in like Welbeck up top, since he came back from injury, he's looking pretty dangerous himself. But I know, the traditional of like Mitoma, Marsh, McAllister, Estupinan, something like that is probably what everybody has, and almost everybody has those three. Interesting, possibly. I don't know. I'm not on board with Villa right now for the end of the year, but you could bring in like Mings, or if you just wanted to take a risk on a goalkeeper, that's possible. But I think the biggest standout right now is probably Wilson. He has like something ridiculous, like 65 FPL points in the last like 4 or 5 games that he's played, and like that's not started. That's played. That's including when Isak has played and he's come off the bench. But I think either of those two forwards are just stellar shouts. But yeah, there's nobody that's super stand outy right now. Everybody is kind of ticking along and doing their own job. What about you, Doc?
Well, I have one word for you, Bruno. I think this is the standout.
Yeah.
If he leaves this match tonight unscathed, I think he's the standout option. I'm going to put the fixture sticker now from Fantasy Football Scout members area. This video is not sponsored by them, so if you see this video, hook us up.
But it could
But
be.
I got this
Do
from.
it.
So I'm putting it, and I'm saying that because I'd like to give credit where credit is due. This is from their website, and you can see Brighton's on top of the fixture sticker because they have just simply the extra fixture. But if you look at the fixtures, they have Arsenal away, Newcastle away, and Man City at home in game week 36 and 37. So they do have an extra match, but they are extremely difficult matches. They are literally against the top three of the season. So we've been saying a lot that you should go for three Brighton for the past probably 10 game weeks. I think now is the time not to buy kind of thing, not to sell, not to captain type of moment. So I would go to the next best option, which is Manchester United, assuming that you already have Rashford and Luke Shaw. When you do have both of those players, I think Bruno comes as a great differential. I have him. I'm hoping he does well tonight. He's like 25% effective ownership only, which is crazy as a differential. And as you can see from the fixture ticker, you have Man City third. And as Joe mentioned, it's just there is no standout option. Every single option that you might go for will probably be a punt along with the Champions League games. So you might have a rotation there. It's a bit crazy. On the ticker as well, there is Chelsea, avoid. And then there is Liverpool. So if you want Mo Salah or Trent like Joe suggested, I think it's a great idea to go for because they don't have an extra fixture, but they do have four relatively easy fixtures in the last four. And the last team I would look at is Newcastle. So most people have Trippier, and most people are eyeing either Isak or Wilson. I prefer Isak because of Wilson's injury record. You never know who when he would get injured, and then Isak plays as the number nine. There is a possibility that both players play together, Isak on the wing and Wilson as the number nine. So when it comes to expected minutes, I prefer Isak in this case. If not, I have Botman in my team. I would recommend probably Shar instead of Botman because he has better underlying attacking returns, attacking stats. So, if you have nothing more to add, Joe, shall we move on to the captaincy picks?
Yeah, sure. Let's jump into captaincy.
All right. Who are you planning to captain? Probably not Haaland because I know you. You're looking for those differentials. I'm going boring. It's Haaland for me. Who are you going for, Joe?
Well, yeah, I'm also at the rank and at the point in the season where like it needs to be differential to like do anything, like to get a big rank boost. Like what was it? The week, 2 weeks, probably 2 weeks ago now. I like kind of went borderline template-y with the way that players I had and the captaincy I used. Again, like 50,000. Well, when you're at 900,000, that's not a huge chunk. So at this point, it's either finish at 15 or 1.5 million, or finish at 100,000. There's no in between. I mean, your average person, yeah, Holland's a great shout out. I think you could look at somebody like Mitoma. Mitoma loves those kind of like tight knit defenses. I think the only one that he doesn't like is Wan-Bissaka, not Manchester United. Wan-Bissaka. And then I also think diving into the Harry Kane pool isn't a bad thought either. Crystal Palace has, since Hodgson has taken over, they played better. It makes you think defensively they're better. But the 6 games I think that Hodgson has been in, he's given up 7 goals. The 6 games prior to that, they gave up 8 goals. So it makes you think that like the defense is completely revolutionized. But in all honesty, they got lucky and one didn't go in. So I think Crystal Palace is still like a pretty okay team to attack at if you have Harry Kane still, which I know he's probably 1.3% owned in fantasy. So maybe he'll be my captaincy and I'll just shoot up 400,000. That'd be sweet. Let's talk about it, Harry. Let's get together and do that. But I think those are probably like the 3 guys that you're really looking to captain. I mean, you could go any other Brighton character there. Would I captain a United player? Nah, probably not. West Ham they're good. They're obviously giving up goals, but I can't see them giving up like 3 or 4 to United. So I think even if you put the armband on somebody that's United, you're banking on like 1 attacking return and you're not looking for those additional points to really come in. Yeah, that's my thoughts.
They'll probably go boring, and it's not boring really because they're playing Leeds, Manchester City. So it's Haaland, automatic captain for me. Leeds have brought in Sam Allardyce, who claims that he's on par with Pep Guardiola and Klopp.
No,
I'm
he's
not disputing
above,
that.
he claims. Yeah.
No, he says I'm at least on par. So,
Oh, all right, my bad.
I don't want to disagree with that because he has an absolute ridiculous record with especially smaller teams in the Premier League. So I don't want to dispute that, but it was funny to see. But yeah, he can maybe frustrate Man City for 20 minutes and then the floodgates might open. If not, if you really want to punt, like Joe mentioned, I would probably maybe look at Salah against Brentford. Joe doesn't mention him at all. Of course, he doesn't. I'm not surprised.
He's the
If you don't
third
know
or
what I'm talking
fourth
about, just
best Liverpool asset. Like,
yeah. Well, according to your Twitter timelines, probably the 11th.
well, yeah, out of all of FPL players, yeah, he's probably about 11th or something like that.
Yeah. So on paper, probably Brighton have the easiest fixture against Everton at home. But again, let's see how it goes tonight. I like the Mitoma shout, maybe March. But let's see how it goes tonight because if March plays again, he might be rested versus Everton. Mitoma had his rest, so he's probably going to start versus Everton. Yeah, so it's for me, Haaland probably followed by Salah and then probably Mitoma. Yes, I absolutely agree.
Yep. Yeah, that makes sense. Honestly, if we had any viable information, I guess, on Jota or KDB, they'd be right up there too. And KDB would be your third pick. He's going to score more than Salah when he plays. I said it. It's on
Probably.
tape. Seal it. Send it. Like, try me.
Probably. Well, the match comes before the Champions League, and I think that Pep Guardiola likes his rhythm. So if KDB is fit to play, he'll probably get at least 20 minutes, 30 minutes. But the fact that he missed 2 games, not even on the bench, makes it a bit difficult to bring him in and captain him.
Yeah.
So I would avoid that. Like if you have him, I would keep him, but still not captain him because, like I said, he will not get 90 minutes, but also he might not miss out totally. Before the Champions League game, I think he might get some minutes if he's fit, and that's it. So those are our thoughts regarding the captaincy and transfers. Let's move on to the team reviews, and we'll start with Joe, who had a look at your team, and it seems like you have a bit of a benching headache. So I'm curious to see what you're going to transfer in, transfer out, and who you're going to start. Hit me, Joe.
Yeah, not really a benching headache. I'm not really worried about it at all. To be honest, I mean, so the biggest thing is this last game week just really kind of tanked the team and took a lot of the power behind it out. I mean, right now I'm sitting at 51 points. I will have 24-point swing coming in, but that still puts me at 75, and my safety score is 90. So yeah, everything that went wrong this week did go wrong. And I'm not talking about the Brighton people because everybody had Brighton, so everybody got 1 point. That didn't matter. I don't think Martinelli is going to perform super great against Newcastle. I think Newcastle are in a fight and they're winning, and Arsenal are at the end of the fight and they're just trying to go one more round. I really think that's where it's at. Pedro Porro, I kind of want to get him in, so I don't know. We'll see. I think against the Crystal Palace team, he's got a good opportunity. The only thing that scares me is I think Zaha is out, so the whole team is going to play better. I've talked about this before. If you watch Crystal Palace, when they have Zaha, they play well, but through Zaha. When they don't have Zaha, they play great as a team, and it's completely night and day. Like, I swear. So that terrifies me. I'm not sure. I know there's a lot of people that are talking about he could be your 0.8% differential, which I like, interests me, but I'm not sure it's worth that risk there. As far as transfers, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm not sure really 100% where to go. I mean, we got to talk about Diego Jota. Like, is he going to play, or did Klopp just decide a healthy Diaz is better than a on-form Jota? I mean, yes, he did get a knock, but I don't know. Everything was so inconsistent last week with news that he did say that he might not play, but there was a chance he would play in that first game. I don't know. Bringing him on for 30 or 15, 20, I don't know how many ever minutes, it just kind of seemed useless, and then he got another knock again. So, I don't know. And he should have gotten a red card. Okay, let's not forget about that. He should have gotten a red card and not even got his goal. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting into things that already happened that we can't change, that need to be changed, but nobody's going to do it because nobody will take responsibility. Anyways, KDB, another one. Like, okay, do I hope that 12.1 million plays after he just didn't play in a double game week, or do I transfer him down to like Bruno Fernandes and then spread that money to maybe go like, I don't know, I could go Pedro Porro to Trent, something like that. It's messy. It's messy because first off, I have to cover those injuries. And then Second off, I have to probably start moving some players around and get some better quality players in there. Because right now I'm sitting with, I believe, nothing in the bank. But I can very easily make one move and it just clears everything up. Where I'm not willing to really compromise on Trippier, Stones, Mitoma, March, Rashford, Kane, Holland. That's about it. Those guys are locked in. Everybody else is up in there. Everybody else could leave this week. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking.
So let me ask you a question before I give you my thoughts. Who's
Yep.
on your bench currently?
Currently, it's Martinelli, Porro, and Royal.
Okay, so I'm having your team here on FPL.team, and if I had your team, I would probably bench Trippier and start Poro. This is how I would have it set up, along with Martinelli and Royal on the bench. So Trippier, Martinelli, Royal on the bench. And if I had your team, what I would do is watch for team news, and if KDB is fit, I will transfer out Raya because he has terrible run of fixtures, and Ward, your goalkeeper, doesn't even play. So I would make a boring goalkeeper transfer, but your team is nicely set up. And probably I would look at De Gea, funnily. So yeah, I would do a goalkeeper transfer. If KDB is not fit, it's an easy transfer to Bruno. For me, it's your team is a bit straightforward when it comes to transfers. It's just a bit of benching headache, but this the reason I said benching headache because here we are, we disagree on who to bench and who not to. Yeah, those are my thoughts.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, it's only a benching headache if it's your team.
Absolutely, yeah. It's much easier to
Yeah,
kind of give advice rather than apply it to your own team. Yeah, absolutely agree.
yeah. No, I don't know. I would maybe consider moving out Raya, but I think Liverpool are going to have a bunch of shots. I don't think they'll be good shots unless Salah, gets another gift again. But yeah, I can see him getting. I could see him coming out of that game with over 6 saves. Easy.
Yeah, but it's not about only one game. Brentford's schedule is Liverpool away, West Ham at home, Tottenham away, and Man City at home. So it's Man City, Tottenham, and Liverpool in the next four. So the
Lots of
ceiling is not
saves.
that high because
Love
lots of
some
saves
saves.
exactly, but you don't have that clean sheet potential that will make him whole. So he probably get like 5 points because of save points, but then yeah, you would want to chase kind of the upside. So yeah, I would probably look at De Gea because he does make some saves because our defense is leaky, but
Yeah.
there is also potential for a clean sheet. So I'll probably look at Raya to De Gea if KDB is fit. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right, Doc. Got your team.
All right, here's my team on the screen right now. After a double game week, the biggest double game week of the season, we have a single game week. So it's a bit boring. I'm probably rolling 99% unless I have 6 assets playing tonight. So if there is an injury, then I'll move. Otherwise, I'm probably rolling my transfer. I have one benching headache, which is Trippier versus Shaw. Currently, I have Shaw in the team because he has some corners in his hands and, well, he takes some corners. And Trippier, you would assume that he would concede. And I'm hoping Manchester United do not concede versus West Ham, although unlikely, I think they will concede as well. So that's the only benching headache that I have. Otherwise, I'm probably rolling the transfer in order to prepare for double game week 36 with Newcastle asset and then see how it goes from there. But yeah, that's about it.
I would say Boatman to Shaw. Swap those two. I know it's a dangerous conversation. Stick with me. Trippier, I don't believe has gotten an attacking return since game week like 29, right? So that's like 6 or 7 game weeks. He's whatever has changed. He's not sending them in the box. He's sending them differently. Whatever it is. Boatman, I think, has gotten like 2, maybe a third assist. I know he got a goal last week. I think he's gotten an assist in that time too. I think he's going to be more likely to get points. Now, I'll say if Shaw was Dallo, leave Dallo in. Shaw, I don't know why. I don't get the warm and fuzzy, like, confident feeling with Shaw. Like, he has the potential to do it, but it just always seems to not happen when you need it. And Dallo's been playing out of his mind. Yeah, that's my thought. Otherwise, yeah, you got everything set up. You're good. Roll in.
I'm quite happy with the team except for Ederson. Like I tweeted, he's my new FPL nemesis because you would expect him to get like 10 points and he keeps getting ones and twos. So he's
Yeah.
your Reece James probably. But yeah, I'm happy with the team. Let's see what tonight brings. I'm in 62K now, I believe, and having six assets is more than most people. So I hope I get a greener arrow than what I already have, and then we'll take it from there. The target is top 50K. If I get it, I'm happy. If not, I had a nice campaign, and we move.
Yeah. All right. I think it's good, Doc.
Appreciate it. So, having said all of that, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and drop a thumbs up. If you did, Joe,
Yeah.
would you like to say goodbye to our audience?
Yeah. Goodbye, everybody. Have fun. If you're really interested in something goofy, you can check out the copycat percent GitHub page. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I think I was like 2.3 or 2.7% copycat to a content creator. So clearly, I'm having more fun than everybody else. At least it's more interesting.
I'm surprised it's not zero. I'm surprised it's not 0%. Like your moves are crazy. So,
Me too.
and we should be the content creators. Like, why don't we get a percentage? I didn't get any tweet that someone's copying me. So
Yeah,
I'm jealous of it.
we're gonna have to send a couple messages real quick. Yeah,
Yeah.
and my transfer similarity was 4.7, so almost twice as much as my copycat. Yeah, but no, it's just
Yeah.
an interesting tool. You can go and see. Theoretically, if you're 50% over, you're doing something wrong. So get right with your gods. And
Yeah, and I should put it out there. I checked the tool, by the way. I should mention that I'm 20% with Big Man Bakar. I'm not surprised. We talk every week. We kind of make similar decisions at the end. 20%. I expected the number to be higher because I thought we make very close, similar decisions, especially that we talk every week. We had him as a guest on this channel before as well. So check out our channel. You'll see that episode from, I think, last season it was.
Yep.
So yeah, 20%. I expected the number to be higher, but it's not. Yeah, interesting.
Final thing I'll leave everybody with is the most important holiday out of any religion, any year, any decade, any millennia, all that. May the 4th be with you, right?
It is May the 4th. What is May the 4th? What happens?
It's a Star Wars holiday.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
May the force be with you. I got it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's a huge thing in the States. Everybody says it, and it's the most annoying thing ever. But, might as well throw it in a video.
I'm glad I hear it for the first time. I'm sure I'm going to hear it a lot now because, like, once you know something, you see it everywhere.
Yes, exactly.
All right, everybody. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you on the next. For now, peace.
Peace, everyone.